What's going on, you guys? My name is Rage and we are back today with a roster review video for you all. As you can see here, I've hit a really significant milestone in my account here, being 600 days. So wow, I just can't believe already put 600 days in this game. And absolutely, it's just been a really great experience and journey so far in terms of overall what I've achieved. And that's just the days unlocked. As you can see, I have already actually completed Dark Dimension 4 twice now. And you can also see just my overall collection power and my strongest team, but it's really been the Infinity Watch plus Doctor Doom that's really been pushing me in the later stages of the game. That includes, Alliance War, as well as being the very difficult Doom Raid 1. So I mean, our Alliance is already getting ready to hit 100% on Doom 1 in preparation for obviously Doom 2 and those preparation for the Dark Dimension 5 materials. So that's really where I am right now in the game, you guys. All the Dark Dimensions completed. I'm starting to just get better and better in Alliance War. As you can see, unfortunately our team is getting completely blown out here, but yeah, some of my strongest teams I can definitely show you guys here just quickly in my blitz here, just from top down. So you can see here my Infinity Watch is quite built as well. I have a mixture here of my Marauders with Mr. Sinister and Phoenix. This is a random combination because I don't have each of the respective teams built up too powerful, but when I can put them together for my Dark Dimension 4, it is quite significant as well. You can see my symbiote roster is built up just because of Dark Dimension 4 once again, and them being staples has been absolutely huge for me. My Black Order, 3 out of the 5 members here actually was used for Dark Dimension 4, so that's why they are built up the way they are. Now I'm hesitant to bring them, the remaining 2 being Corvus and Call Obsidian up, just due to the fact that they're losing, obviously a place in the game right now, but still a very formidable team in war. They can still get the job done whenever I'm going through it. And one of my notable characters definitely is Kestrel, as well as Silver Surfer. I got this random team here. Usually I just mix it around. I feel like I should polish this up, but starting here then, it really just does start going a little bit downhill in terms of overall power, because that's how I have them grouped. But right now I'm currently working on the Astonishing X-Men. They're very powerful in raids, and even right now with them only being 350,000, I'm having a really good success in the raids just because of their synergy, the fact that they actually reduce damage. But this is a team I'm definitely looking forward to bringing up and increasing because of their synergy, and as well as their usage in the Doom raids, especially if you need those mutants all together. Next, you can see I have a mixture here of the Wave 1 Avengers actually with Baron Zemo. It kind of balances out a little bit. The reason being is because I didn't really want to break up my Asgardians. They don't really have a place right now, but I found this mixture has been pretty successful for me in terms of the being able to not just blitz through, but even just as an Alliance War team as well. Asgardians, again, I kept them together, and I'm also I'm actually using a Wave 1 mixture for my war, actually, just because this is such an easy team now for symbiotes to crush that hopefully there's a potential rework, but you just never know, right? So as you can see, the odd one out is actually Hela, because she was part of my Dark Dimension 4 team, so you can see how powerful she really is, really bolstering my Asgardians team. So next, we got a mixture here of the X Factor. For this one, I did like the fact that Invisible Woman, for me, my Fantastic Four is not great at all. They're all pretty weak, and all the reason because I never really utilized them in aspects of the game, nor were they really kind of part of my minimum unlock guide. So I found Invisible Woman, her defensive capabilities really synergize extremely nicely with my X Factor. And then the X Factor team, even with just 4 of them right now, a very potent team. They got some amazing synergy, and I would recommend. And then as well, Power Armor team. These guys were mainly built up, honestly, just for the Doom Chapter 3s. But now with Kestrel being in the game, I don't really know where they are sitting now in the game, because they're not used that much. And hopefully they get some more love, some reworks, because they used to be a very powerful war team. And I still think they can get a lot done in war. But that's pretty much the only usage they have right now. And, to me, that is a little worrisome, because, I think, especially with Iron Man being a very notable character in the Marvel franchise, it would be really nice if he can get reworked. But, he is hands down the weakest legendary in the game. So hopefully in the future, there's some potential more love being added to that. I would love to see that. And just going down here, you're seeing more of the powerful teams. Not as powerful as I would like in the top end, but you can just see these are the ones that I just haven't really invested in. Just due to the fact that there's only some select few that I would use, and then otherwise you just stop using them, right? So the big one here is actually Black Bolt. He is only tier 13. I used him quite a bit earlier on in the transition of my mid game to late game, but unfortunately he's not used in Dark Dimension at all. He was used in Arena for a bit, especially that saga there where he was needed to ensure that there was no revives. But now with all these new Infinity Watch team metas, Black Bolt's really not having a great place right now in the game, unfortunately. And then the only one I would otherwise recommend on building up is Yo-Yo, because now she is available in the raid store. She's a great addition with Black Bolt in terms of having that offense down on those attacks. So I think that synergy is still very useful even in raid still. But otherwise, the other three aren't worth investing, so I definitely would not recommend it. I try to create like a mixture here because by far my supernatural team is definitely out of place right now. And by having Ultron in here with that mixture, you can see they have a little bit of synergy in terms of kind of getting some additional damage from Ultron. Ultron's clones can soak up damage. And as well, like now with the red stars, I'm building those up obviously over time just to boost him up. But Ultron's definitely one character I am looking to bring up. He's a pseudo legendary, and when he was first released, he was extremely powerful, still is. But as the more red stars come, I feel like his presence will be coming back into the game, so that's going to be very interesting. The only other thing to consider as well is he's just a very costly character to bring up, especially for Dark Dimension, so not sure if I would recommend it, to be honest, just because you can invest in multiple characters for the same cost as Ultron, so that's the caveat there. And otherwise, these are just teams that kind of help me transition from the early to mid game, so you can see if this is able to give you guys a reference for seeing how far you should bring up characters. These guys have provided some value for me still in raids, but they really help me transition to that mid game. But I wouldn't recommend pushing them past tier 12, and as well as the skill level tier 6, the highest level before the T4. So that's what I would recommend personally, you guys. Unfortunately, Star-Lord is on the same boat as Iron Man. He does have a little bit more usage in the campaigns if you have him unlocked, but otherwise, not really used in aspects of the game. At the very beginning when I started, I did utilize a BKT mixture, essentially just fueling energy into Rocket Raccoon and comboing with Groot's defensive capabilities. But now, all these different teams have kind of been established, so that's really what's taken away from the Guardians of the Galaxy. So it was nice to see this new meta of Infinity Watch, especially being in the universe related, but it's unfortunate we didn't see any kind of rework and additional love to the Guardians, because especially knowing Star-Lord and Gamora's kind of romance in the Marvel universe, it's unfortunate they didn't get a revision or any kind of rework there. But maybe something in the future, maybe when there's another movie for the Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe that's something to keep an eye out for, right? But yeah, and then otherwise, I just kind of tried to put together some teams to kind of have some synergies to get some blitz wins here. So the big one here is definitely Shuri and Taskmaster. They go hand in hand together, but again, my mercenaries aren't built up because I just did not focus on Alliance War. That's part of my main goals now, especially now that I've completed all Dark Dimension and I'm really building up some teams for raids. Now I can actually focus on building up some war teams. So that's why you see all these teams down here. They only have 1 or 2 strong characters that are kind of carrying the load of the work there. So for instance, my Sinister Six, the really notable one is Dr. Octopus, because I utilized him once again in Dark Dimension 4, but otherwise, I didn't really have a use for it in the Sinister Six before that, right? So, and then yeah, Brotherhood Mutants. This is a good war team actually. Same with AIM. They can have some synergies if you're able to pick off the weaker teams, but these are all definitely the weaker components on my team. So you can kind of get a sense of like where they're probably not used as much until you get into Alliance War. The X-Force is a really good one because they're a powerful war team, but otherwise, you can't really use them in many aspects of the game. So that's the one downside as well, right? So, hopefully this is able to kind of give you guys some insights on characters to build. And again, it doesn't have everyone, right? I'm starting to build up the Secret Avengers right now too, because they have some great usage in the raids. But otherwise, it's just really hard because of the fact that so many characters are coming out and you have to kind of pick your poison. But right now, my focus originally was my Infinity Watch team, so that is why I have them built up the way they do. They're the only ones that right now that have the ISO 8 blues on them as well. So that's where I would actually personally recommend if I were you guys going through it. So yeah, that's a really brief recap and overview of my roster there, and of my total combat power. And yeah, and if you guys want to see just where our alliance ranks right now, and this is why I'm trying to be better on focusing and trying to be better for attacks and push this forward more, because for our league, I believe we did actually get a promotion here. So currently we're sitting in Platinum 1, so we're doing pretty good. I'm in a pretty aggressive alliance, but it's allowed me the opportunity to really start focusing in on aspects of war, because that's definitely an area I can personally work on. But now, especially because I've unlocked all aspects of the game, and then otherwise just briefly show you guys where I'm sitting right now in arena. I found with the arena bracket I'm in, I can comfortably be above, you know, the top 50. It's getting to that top 20, 25 is where it gets difficult, because as you can see here, if I just hit the refresh, you can see there's just a lot of similar teams to the similar power levels built. And, you know, honestly speaking, the difference will probably be the red stars that you have. So the top 50 is where I aim to be, because at this point, you can actually see the rewards. Being within the top 50, you go from 150 to 200 power core. So that's something I'm definitely look forward to, because I always want to take advantage of that. So yeah, that's a brief overview of my account, you guys. So hope you enjoyed this. Hope you were able to get some insight in terms of which characters to invest in, my most powerful teams right now that I'm using. But again, now my focus will be Alliance War, so definitely expect some videos coming out there. I'm also planning to release some videos as I progress as well into the Doom 1 raids, because I am finding some issues in certain areas, and I think it'll be useful to have some videos to showcase those guys. So thank you as always, you guys. Do appreciate you checking out my videos, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.